People decide your status in 3 seconds before you even speak, and most people are losing without knowing why. Why do some people walk into a room and instantly command respect? No introduction, no title, no words, just presence. And others say all the right things, but still get ignored? This isn't confidence alone. This is biology. Hello, beautiful thinkers. Welcome back to our Thinking Lab, the only channel that blends science, great ancient wisdom, stoicism, and biblical insights. Today we'll explore decoding physical presence, why looking sharp signals, leadership, how your appearance, posture, and presence are silently telling people exactly where to place you before you even speak. And stay tuned, because I included 5 ways, practical and simple habits and routines you can apply today. So let's dive in. Chapter 1. First impression is primitive. Your brain doesn't start with logic. Here's the truth. First impressions aren't logical. They're biological. People don't take time to understand you. They react. They scan your posture, your presence, your energy, and decide, leader or follower, confident or unsure, in seconds. Not because they're shallow, because they're human. It starts with survival. Within seconds of seeing someone, your brain asks, is this person strong? Is this person capable? Is this person worth paying attention to? And it answers those questions without a single word being exchanged. This is not modern behavior. This is ancient wiring. But what is first impression anyway? Let's define it. First impressions. In medicine, psychology, ancient wisdom, biblical insight. In medical view, neuroscience. A first impression is the brain's rapid-fire evaluation created within milliseconds. The visual cortex, amygdala, and prefrontal cortex work together to scan posture, facial expression, grooming, and movement to assess safety, competence, and intention. It's survival-based. The brain makes a quick prediction to conserve energy and avoid danger. In psychology calls this the thin slice effect. Humans form stable judgments from tiny slices of information. Cognitive biases, like the halo effect, make one positive cue, good posture, clean grooming, calm energy, influence the entire perception of a person. In short, people don't see you. They see the story their brain builds about you in seconds. In ancient wisdom, Greek and Chinese, Greeks, Stoics, believed appearance and bearing reflect inner order. A disciplined exterior signals a disciplined mind. Chinese philosophy taught that Shen, spirit, shows through posture, presence, and how one carries themselves. Harmony outside reflects harmony inside. Both traditions saw first impressions as energetic signatures, not vanity. In biblical insight, Scripture teaches that while man looks at the outward appearance, the outward still communicates honor, intention, and readiness. Cleanliness, order, and presentation were repeatedly linked to respect, dignity, and stewardship of one's body and role. The message: your presentation is not your worth, but it signals your character and care. Bottom lines. A first impression is the brain's instant survival judgment, shaped by psychology, affirmed by ancient wisdom, and echoed in biblical teaching. How you carry yourself speaks before you do. Picture this. You walk in with calm posture, clean, well-groomed, and quiet confidence, not performing, not begging for approval. And instantly, everyone's brain does the math. Oh, this one is organized, intentional, and not here to audition. Because a first impression isn't magic. It's biology scanning for safety, psychology filling in the blanks, and ancient wisdom whispering energy introduces you before your mouth does. The connection between human nature and first impressions. Human nature is wired for speed, not fairness. The brain evolved to make instant judgments because in ancient environments, hesitation could mean danger. So today, even in modern life, your brain still scans posture, grooming, movement, and energy in milliseconds to decide safe or unsafe, competent or chaotic, leader or follower. This is why first impressions feel unfair and cruel. The brain reacts before the mind reflects. Psychology calls it thin slicing, which is the brain's ability to make fast, automatic judgments about a person or situation, using tiny slices of information such as posture, tone, grooming, movement, facial cues, processed in milliseconds. It's a mix of neuroscience, rapid threat detection, and psychology, pattern recognition plus bias, that lets humans form stable impressions long before conscious thought catches up. Biology calls it survival. Ancient wisdom calls it reading the signs. Biblical insight calls it man looking at the outward appearance. Different languages, same truth. Human nature judges the signals you broadcast long before it understands your story. And that's the uncomfortable, sad, slightly cruel reality. People respond to your presence first, your character second. Chapter 2. The biology of status signals. Across human history, leaders weren't voted in, they were recognized. Not just by what they said, but by how they carried themselves. Physical cues mattered such as, number 1, upright posture. Number 2, controlled movement. Number 3, grooming and symmetry. And number 4, composed facial expression. These signals told others, this person is in control. And control meant survival. Picture this. 2 people walk into a room, same intelligence, same potential. One stands tall, clean, controlled, sharp. The other, slouched, distracted, unaware. No one asked questions. The room already decided who to respect and who to ignore. That's not fair. That's biology. Chapter 3. Looking sharp equals energy discipline. Looking sharp isn't about vanity. It's about discipline. When someone is well-groomed, intentional with clothing, physically composed, it sends a deeper message. I manage myself. Well. And if you can manage yourself, people assume you can manage responsibility. Picture this. You walk in looking sharp. Not because you're trying, but because your energy is disciplined, and instantly people clock it. Oh, this one isn't chaotic, this one manages themselves. Because looking sharp isn't vanity, it's visual proof that your life isn't leaking energy everywhere. Chapter 4. The halo effect. There's a powerful psychological bias called the halo effect. It means, if you look put together, presentable, people assume other things about you are also put together. More intelligent, more competent, more trustworthy, even if they have no evidence. That's how strong visual signals are. Picture this. You walk into a room, no resume, no introduction, just your presence, and within seconds, people decide your intelligence, your value, your status, all from what they see. That's the halo effect, and it's happening every day. Chapter 5. Posture is power. Now let's go deeper. Posture alone can change perception instantly. Slouch posture leads to low energy, low confidence. Upright posture leads to control, awareness, readiness. But here's what most people miss. Posture doesn't just change how others see you. It changes how you feel. Your body feeds your brain. Stand like a leader, and your mind starts to follow. Picture this. You walk into a room with your spine stacked, shoulders relaxed, chin neutral, not performing, not posing, just aligned. Suddenly everyone else's nervous system remembers their place. Because posture isn't just about looking confident. It's a silent announcement that you don't shrink for anyone. They adjust to you. Chapter 6. Movement and stillness. Leaders don't rush. They don't fidget. They move with intention. And sometimes they don't move at all. Stillness signals control. When someone is calm in their body, others assume they are calm under pressure. And that is rare. Picture this. Everyone else is fidgeting, over-explaining, rushing, leaking energy like a broken faucet. And you're just there, moving with intention and pausing with purpose. Suddenly the whole room recalibrates around you because movement shows direction. Stillness shows mastery. Chapter 7. The cost of neglect. Now let's be honest. If you ignore your appearance, if your posture is weak, if your energy is scattered, people don't see your potential. They see your presentation, and they respond accordingly, not because they're shallow, but because their brain is wired to make fast decisions. Picture this. No one says it to your face, but you feel it. The missed opportunities, the lack of attention, the quiet dismissal. Not loud, but constant. That's the cost of neglect. Chapter 8. The real truth. Looking sharp doesn't mean expensive and signature clothes. It means clean, intentional, controlled, aware. It's not about impressing people. It's about signaling, I take myself seriously. And when you do that, others follow. Here's 5 simple and practical ways to look sharp, and why they work. 1. Fix your posture. Immediately. What to do. Shoulders back. Chin level. Slow your movements. Why it works. Your posture is read as a status signal. Upright equals control, confidence, awareness. Slouched equals low energy, uncertainty. People don't ask if you're confident. They see it. 2. Clean is greater than expensive. What to do. Physical hygiene, clean wrinkle-free clothes, well-groomed hair, clean shoes. Why it works. This taps into the halo effect. If you look put together, people assume you're disciplined, you're organized, you're reliable. It's not about money. It's about signals. 3. Slow down your movements. What to do. Walk slower. Pause before speaking. Avoid fidgeting. Why it works. Fast, erratic movement equals anxious. Slow, controlled movement equals composed. The calmer you move, the more control people assume you have. 4. Eye contact plus neutral face. What to do. Hold eye contact, 2 to 3 seconds. Relax your face, not forced smiling. Why it works. Eye contact signals confidence, presence, awareness. A neutral, calm face signals emotional control. People trust what looks controlled. 5. Stop impressing everyone. Just do your job. What to stop. Stop trying to impress everyone. Stop seeking validation. What to do instead. Do your job effectively and efficiently. Speak clearly, then stop. Be selective with attention. Be okay with silence. Why it works. Neediness lowers perceived value. Self-assurance raises it. The less you chase approval, the more people give it to you. Reality check. This isn't about becoming someone else. It's about removing weak signals, strengthening strong ones. Because like it or not, people respond to what you present, not what you intend. Simple rule to remember. Look controlled, move with intention, say less, mean more. Chapter 9. how human nature connects to decoding physical presence. To decode physical presence, you first have to understand human nature, because physical presence is not judged by logic, fairness, or your intentions. It's judged by biology, bias, and ancient survival wiring. Here's the connection, clean and clear. 1. Human nature is fast. The brain scans posture, grooming, movement, and energy in milliseconds. Not to be rude, to stay alive. This is why first impressions feel instant, cruel, and irreversible. 2. Human nature is visual. Before it hears your story, your brain reads your signals, your stance, your pace, your stillness, your edges, your order. Physical presence becomes a shortcut for, who is this person? 3. Human nature is biased. The brain fills in the blanks with assumptions, such as competence, confidence, chaos, stability, based on tiny cues. This is the cruel part. People respond to the version of you their brain creates, not the one you intended to show. 4. Human nature is ancient. Our nervous systems still operate like we're in the wild, such as calm posture equals safe, chaotic movement equals threat, stillness equals authority. Your presence is decoded through instincts older than language. 5. Human nature doesn't wait for your character. This is the sad truth we must acknowledge. Human nature reacts to your presence long before it understands your personality. That's why decoding physical presence matters. Because the world is already decoding you. In one savage line, to decode physical presence, you must understand human nature, because people judge your signals first and your soul second. Be honest. What's one physical signal you didn't realize you were broadcasting until you saw it in someone else and instantly judged them for it? Drop it below. Your self-awareness might help someone else decode their own presence. We reached our closing. If this episode gave you value, hit the subscribe button. It's absolutely free, so we can continue creating meaningful topics. Like and share to a friend or family who needs awareness on how to unlock the code. Looking sharp doesn't mean expensive clothes. It means clean, polished, intentional, controlled, aware. It's not about impressing people. It's about signaling. I take myself seriously. I value myself. I respect myself. And when you do that, others follow. At the end of the day, decoding physical presence isn't about vanity. It's about understanding the human nature that's already judging you in seconds. And once you learn to control the signals you send, you stop being at the mercy of first impressions and start mastering the room without saying a word. Thank you for stopping by at our Thinking Lab, where we just don't glow from the inside and out, but we grow beautifully. Until next time, stay grounded, stay healthy, stay powerful, stay beautiful.